What's up? Back from work. It is rest day, so I am going to rest the best that I can. And how I do it, because that's how I do. Anywho, let me show you what I got in the mail earlier before I went to work. So I was going to vlog it, but I was going to be late to work anyway. So here, flip it over. Whoops, wasn't prepared for it. Are my cases for my Nexus 4. This is the new case. This is the Rinky Hybrid Fusion case. And this one right here, this is the case that I've been using so far. It's the slim case. So I'm still gonna keep this one though, because it's pretty good. It's pretty sturdy. It's pretty good. But I definitely like this case. What I love about it is just it gives an overall like bigger thickness to it. Because with these smartphones, it feels really delicate, and I feel uncomfortable with holding delicate things. So this gives a lot more thickness to it. As you can see, there's the micro USB. And then the buttons right there, actually buttons on there. So inputs, rocker button on the side, clear back, baby, clear back. This is one thing I love about the Nexus 4 is that the back looks really good, and using this case you can't really see it. You can't see the sexiness of it, but here that's sexy. What's up? I'm heading to work right now. But I wanted to mention this before I forget, and that way I can see that I had to put footage on the camera. I'm going to be changing my workout next week, and I'm also modifying the next 3 hypertrophy days, or today and the next 2 hypertrophy days also. So, what I really need right now, if anything, is the cardio time. And I think that my high volume workout is kind of hindering the amount of time that I can spend on cardio. Now, I should not be thinking about cardio, but I really need to think about hitting those weight loss numbers. And so, how I've been feeling these days is that my high volume workouts, like high volume sets, are actually not doing much. That's how I'm feeling right now. So, I'm gonna cut back on the set volume, and I'm gonna think about just the quality of lifts. Textbook style movements, man. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work a lot with compound movements. I'm gonna work a lot with getting the quality of all those movements up so that I don't have to think about doing an isolation exercise, or doing extra movements for lagging stuff. So I definitely feel that the high volume and doing, some stuff where it's doing the exact same thing it's not giving me too much progress. So I'm gonna switch out fat, and I'm thinking about doing Albert Nunez's upper lower split. I think that's actually how he describes it is actually pretty sound. What's up? I'm back home from work, and I haven't been really working that much. I kind of just been researching, surfing, blah blah blah. I probably had like two or three students to work today. That's pretty much it. But anywho, what I've been wanting to do around this time, around the 6 weeks to 8 weeks out marker, is to switch up my routine. And this is more getting towards just maintaining, trying to have some sort of progression of some sort, because I've been doing power hypertrophy adaptive training system since October, I think, and I feel like I'm getting the most out of it, or I feel like I'm plateauing a bit. So I'm thinking right now is to switch up my routine, but still kind of keep the emphasis on working a 5-day split and working body parts twice a week. And so what I was doing last night was I was looking for routines, and then I thought about Albert Nunez's upper body lower body split. He did a video on this on YouTube like back in January or something like that. The video was geared towards intermediate lifters who are looking to progress, or you're just entering an intermediate stage from being a beginner bodybuilder or just a weightlifter, that you're getting into this intermediate stage, or intermediates trying to have some sort of progression. So I feel I am an intermediate lifter, and so far, I wouldn't want to say I'm progressing or not progressing. It's just that, when cutting, it's kind of hard to determine if that's happening for me right now. But my strength is progressing, but it's getting very little since, my weight is going down and my motivation is going down. So that watching Albert Nunez's upper body lower body split video really surprised me about what it's capable of, how he had the blueprints of it in the video, and the use of RPE, rates of perceived expenditure. And that's something I feel like I've been practicing, but I never really had a good grasp of it. And so now I have a basic idea of what RPE is, and a basic idea of how to do an upper body or lower body split. So next week I'm gonna start that off, and so I'll probably mention this again in the Monday vlog. So yeah, so here's what I did at work. So basically I blueprinted the workout, what it's supposed to look like, hopefully what it's supposed to look like, and this is basically for 5 days. But these hypertrophy days, these 3 hypertrophy days, I did just a typical back, shoulder, leg, and then chest and arms. This is eventually going to change, but I definitely have an upper body, lower body split for next week. So that'll be definitely, and then I just have the RPE chart just in case I forget things. But yeah, what I'm going to do with, like how Albert did it in his video, he's going to alternate between doing movements and such. So this is a back shoulder day example. So he's going to alternate between doing things rather than doing like, okay, it's back day, you're going to do all these back workouts. You're going to do a vertical pull, you're going to do a horizontal pull, you're going to do you're going to do a lot of pulling movements and such, and say like it's compounded like with me, say like that back day is compounded with another day like shoulders. So you're doing a lot of pulling movements, all that effort is exerted onto back, and by the time you get into shoulders, well, how much gas do you have in the tank to do shoulders, right? So what I decided to do was I was going to alternate in between doing a pulling movement and then doing a shoulder movement, doing another pulling movement, then another shoulder movement ish then another pulling movement, and then I'll do some flies, and then I'm kind of up in the air about doing another pulling movement. That way I'll have 2 horizontal pulls and 2 vertical pulls, but this one I'm going to keep it low in sets, like 2 to 3. And then the rep ranges, this is just, I'm working with these numbers for now, so just like a typical 8 to 12, since it's going to be a low day. So I would interpret it as like a hypertrophy-esque day. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about. And then I also have stuff for legs. Legs is kind of going to be the same thing. I'm going to do a compound movement, do some single leg work. I'm thinking maybe something quads-ish. And then I'm going to do a deadlift of some sort, which is going to be ham and glutes. And then go to leg extensions, which is going to be quads, leg curls for hamstrings, leg press, more of a compound movement. And then calf press, like a calf press. I call it toe pressing on the leg press. And then, I'm kind of up in the air. This is just a blueprint of everything. Chest day, chest and arms is kind of simple. You can get all the effort done out of, in one shot. These really are only the 3 things that you would need: a chest press, some dips, and some flies, and then obviously some arm work. But everything is kind of still up in the air, but I feel like I could work with the shoulder day. I just need to think about if I do want to do that second vertical pull or a 4th pulling movement. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully this will reduce the amount of time I spend at the gym. Like if I could get it done within like an hour or maybe like an hour 10, that means I would have a lot of time left over to do cardio. So that would be amazing for me at this point, because I feel like when I rest between sets, I rest too long, and then I don't have enough time to do cardio, post-workout cardio when I'm done with the sets, because, I'm going to be like, shit, there's like 15 minutes left in the gym before it closes. So, yeah, so hopefully I can get this done. If I'm getting into the gym around 8 o'clock to 8:15, starting my workouts around that time, if I could, spend like an hour 10, then I have a lot of time left over to do cardio, or even extend cardio, like at least 30 minutes to, maybe like 40 minutes. That'd be actually kind of cool to have that amount of time. So yeah, definitely thinking about this. I'll talk about it more in the future. Dogs. So right now I'm kind of sleepy, and I'm still I did just get home, so I'm gonna change into some home clothes and then probably take a nappy. Wappy. Fappy? How do you do? So you know what day it is today? Yeah, yeah. It's still leg day. It's still leg day, but it's one of them weigh-ins today. One of them weigh-ins, not the weigh-in brothers. It's one of them midweek weigh-ins. So let's get her done. Do 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 do. Did it blink? Oh, there's the blink. There's the blink. So that's the midweek weigh-in for this week. I'm gonna try to keep this portion short. What do I want to talk about? So the workout that I showed in, I guess, yesterday's clip, I used it yesterday, and it definitely felt really good. I was able to get my workout done within an hour, and I probably a couple minutes over an hour because I did abs as well that day, and I had well enough time to do cardio yesterday. So, yep, I think I might like this. And I think the really cool part about it is I felt really beat up throughout it all. Like, I wasn't like doing back where I kind of have this endurance of, I'm doing all the back exercises, but by the time I get to the shoulder stuff, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do the shoulder stuff anymore. So yesterday, it was about mixing things up. Did a back movement, did a shoulder movement, back movement, shoulder movement. So I just alternated between those. So today, with the leg session, it's going to be I'm going to start out with everything compound. So typically I like to start out things with a compound movement with squats, and then I'm going to alternate between, I don't know, quads, hamstring, glutes, and then calves. So I'm going to alternate between all that. So that way, even though it is all legs, but I'm not focusing on like typically with leg days, I'm quad heavy in the beginning, then I go around, then I hit the glutes and hams, and then I hit the calves at the end. So here I'm kind of just gonna hit a muscle piece of leg at a time, piece of that chicken leg. Nah, I mean, so yeah, so that's today, and then tomorrow. Tomorrow looks like it's gonna be a smaller workout, but I got some stuff to do on Friday, so yeah, work related stuff. So I'm gonna transition into Alberto Nuyens's upper lower split for actually starting the next week, and then I'm gonna continue it on until competition. Yep, that's what I do. Anywho, I'll see everybody for next week. I'll give any more updates in the next vlog. How I'm changing things, or what's up, because it's getting down to the wire at this point. So yeah, so I'll see everybody soon.